would even be possible in general, but leave it to Imperial Pearls and Josh and his devotion to all of us, to be able to bring you a bracelet and a pair of earrings, right? That goes back to the star, which is the necklace, which is just back. We'll tell you more about it. We already have started. The bracelet is under $70. Josh, when my sister got married, she gave her matron of honor a beautiful pearl bracelet that was tiny.
Yes.
And at least double what we're showing right now.
And that's average size. I'm sure it was beautiful as a 6mm pearl.
Right, but
because she probably couldn't get the bracelet 10 to 11 millimeters because they're so hard to find. So I mean, a 6mm pearl is very average. But when you have a 11mm pearl like this, you're talking South Sea variety. Now I just want to.
So we're going to get to that. How much time are we spending on this little sweetie of a bracelet? Because we want to kind of do everything at the same time. Okay, can we multitask and show the necklace information simultaneously? Is that okay with you, Josh?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so that is the information on your customer pick for the bracelet. The necklace is 467317. Now, Brittany has on the 36-inch strand. In just a second, I know she's going to put on the 18-inch like I have on. If we have another sample, I'm not sure if we do. And then we also have your earrings. So you can do the entire larger suite, that larger pearl millimeter size.
Yeah, this is very, I mean, these aren't on normal, though.
No, it's not. Right, it's like the Pearl Olympics. I think, you know, like you watch somebody do ice skating and you think everybody can do it. No, these are special.
Yeah, when my father and I were on the pearl farms, right, we came across this lot of pearls, right? We came across this lot. We saw that they had collected for us some of these larger pearls. We lost our mind. My father and I looked at each other. We said, this is something special. This is something that you don't see every day. The definition, our buyers at HSN, have told us year after year is don't bring us anything for today's special unless it is truly a value, something that our customers cannot find anywhere else, that no other company can do. This is what makes your company special. This suite of pearls right here, the bracelet, the earrings, and the necklace,
look at those earrings,
are something that we found, and we called directly back to our buyer, Sandy at HSN. We said, Sandy, we've come across something that we truly believe is such an unbelievable value, something that you literally cannot find anywhere else on the market in the United States of America. And Sandy said, send me pictures. We snapped pictures with our cell phones. We freaked out when we found these pearls. We knew, as pearl, pearl lovers, pearl experts. Yeah, and this is our life and our livelihood. We knew when we found these pearls on the farm that no other company would be able to get their hands on anything like this. We knew that these are South Sea size pearls. Now, Siobhan, if you can just hold this necklace.
May I? Thank you.
This right here is an independently appraised.
This is South Seas.
Yeah, $12,000 white Australian white South Sea pearl necklace. That necklace right there, that one right there, is one of the most rare necklaces in the world. It's $12,000. That's what you'd see it selling for at a jewelry store, anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000. That's an independent appraisal. We hold it up next to this very, very rare freshwater pearl necklace, and you literally cannot tell the difference. It would take a trained pearl expert to be able to tell the difference between the white South Sea pearl and the freshwater pearl. Now, me being, a pearl expert, it's been my entire life I've spent with this gemstone. And if you were walking down the street wearing that freshwater pearl strand and I saw you, I would say, oh my God, what is she wearing? Is that a white South Sea pearl strand? And I would have to go up, I'd even have to go up and examine that pearl strand very closely. And the reason is because freshwater pearls typically range around 6 to 7 millimeters. So we're just not used to seeing freshwater pearls in the 11mm range. And if we do see them in that range, usually the quality of them is so poor. They don't have the luster.
Is that because it's been in the water for so long?
Well, each one of these takes 3.5 to 4 years in the water. And the reason is because pearls are made of microscopic crystals, calcium carbonate. It's these unbelievable little crystals. And they layer on top of each other. Yeah, see, these are the farms that we get them from. And the crystals layer on top of each other by the millions. And ultimately, as the surface gets larger of a pearl, you don't get that tight composition. It gets looser and you get duller luster. So it's very rare.
Interesting.
It's very rare. And the pearls have to be harvested at just the right time in order to have the right luster. Right here you can see we're on the farms. We go there, we work right alongside the farmers. This one is a Tahitian pearl farm. We go to the Philippines, we go to Japan, we go all over the world forming relations. Right there, that's the moment a pearl was harvested. Yeah.
Look at that. I love that you've done this footage for us.
Yeah, yeah.
So behind the scenes, right there on the spot. Thank you so much for being here right now, you
September,
guys.
I'm going to be going back to Tahiti.
Oh.
Yeah. Our buyer, Sandy, said to us that, we